Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. I don't know how many times I've said that over the last 20-something years.
A lot.
A lot. You know, maybe I need to come up with something
all been
else.
good.
I may come up with something else. Howdy, everybody. No, that doesn't sound right. You know,
No,
but,
that's not you.
Hey, no, that's not me. But, hey, Ron Wong is in with us.
Good morning, everybody.
Second Saturday. John Gordon would normally be here from DU, but he will be in next week. He's in the field this week shooting a DU TV show. So Ron is here, and we've been talking
We've been talking about
a lot of stuff. We've been to England, and I know we've been to Ohio. We've been to South Carolina. We've been to Salina, Tennessee, and we're going to stay there.
Well, yeah.
It's close.
Well,
It's
yes and no,
close.
because
Well,
our next guest is actually lives in
He lives
Kentucky.
in Kentucky. He's
Yeah.
in Kentucky, but, you know,
And
so
he
that's
is
close
a
enough.
crappie pro, I will tell you.
He's a B&M, and he's a crappie
And
magnet.
Crappie magnet,
and you got
pro
to,
staffer.
You got to spend some time in the boat with him, and so I say we're still talking Dale Hollow Lake from our recent trip with the Tennessee Outdoor Writers Association. Ron and about 10 or 15 other ones were over there. Great hospitality, great time, and then Ron had a chance to fish with this next young man, and I hope the next time I go back that I'll go along.
Yeah, you'll be in the boat.
And verify what happened.
You will be in the boat.
Okay, thank you, Ron. But, hey, this is the crappie magnet and B&M pro staffer, Corey Thomas. Good morning, Corey.
Good morning, Larry.
How you doing,
Hey,
buddy?
Ron.
Hey,
Ron. Corey. How are you?
Let's talk Dale Hollow fishing. Now, Denny's done talk all about the resort. I've given him a whole plug, you know, so we want to talk fishing. Now, I know this is November, and you guys are still out there cooking as best you can. So talk about the Dale Hollow and the fishing part of this.
Sure. Right now, you know, I'm going wide open. Every day I'm not working, I've got a trip, and this is one of my favorite periods of the year to fish.
Really?
This is the water temperatures they've really just now transitioned to a fall pattern because the lake's a pretty big lake, you know, in deep water, a huge volume of water. It takes a long time to cool down. So we're just now getting into the mid-60s and the water temps, and the fish are finally starting to get aggressive.
And that means a real plus for you guys. And a lot of folks are saying, a lot of folks are saying, that's the biggest lake I've ever seen in my life. Well, it's one of the longest. I know. I think it stretches.
It's almost like a big river.
It is, and it stretches through 12 states. It feels like, you know. I mean,
it actually fishes like three different distinct lakes. You've got the two river sections that kind of fish like a river system. Then you have this expansive middle section where me and Ron caught some really big fish out in open water.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we got the lower end of the lake that fishes like a highland reservoir, kind of like Lake Cumberland, where I actually live.
Yes, and then I mean you can catch trout in parts of it.
Yep.
Down in there, you
walleye.
We know smallmouth.
Huge walleye. We caught walleye up to 10 pounds this year on some trips.
Come on.
Hey,
yep.
Corey,
on top water.
Oh,
Corey,
top water. Did you hear that, Ronnie? He said top water.
I was going to get you to tell Larry how you catch your walleye.
Yeah, I want to know.
I don't do a lot of walleye trips, but I like to focus on certain times of year.
Yeah.
So like the month of May, after the crappie are kind of spawn, and I give them about a month off, and I'll do night trips. And the lake's got alewife shad in it, and they spawn when that water temperature gets to about 60 degrees, and they'll spawn at night until it gets to about surface temp gets to 80. So you just parallel your boat along the bank, fish main lake points, and it's pure topwater action, and you've never caught a walleye until you've caught a 10-pound
walleye. Oh, my gosh. I'm writing this down for May, Ron. I'm writing this down for May because we're talking to Corey Thomas, crappie magnet and B&M pro staffer, and also, Lake Days Guide Service? Is that right?
Yep. I got my guide service is called Lake Days Guide Service. This is my second full season running trips. I've been fishing the lake for probably the last 20-plus years, but just been guiding for 2. It's been a great adventure, man. It's a lot of work, but it doesn't seem like it.
Corey, one of the things that has really impressed me with Dale Hollow crappie is that, you know, it has never really been known to be a crappie lake, but the average size of crappie for that area, for this area of the country, those crappie are bigger than even your home lake of Green River and Cumberland River. But the crappie are so healthy in Dale Hollow. Tell our listeners, why is that, and why is it so good to go fish there?
I think we've got deep, cool water.
Okay.
We've got an abundance. They've got a really good food source in those alewife shad, and they're full of threadfin too, and it's actually got gizzard shad too.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just a ton of bait in the lake. It's the water quality is pristine. You were down there. You saw how clear it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's no industry on the lake, and
no housing.
A lot of people are intimidated by that deep, clear water. So traditionally, I think they haven't gotten a lot of pressure. Now that's starting to change. The word's kind of getting out.
It's getting out. Yeah.
Word is out.
I'm of the opinion that it's the best kept secret in crappie fishing, and I've done a lot to change that. But it's just I'm blessed to be able to guide it, as much as I get to.
Amazing.
You were talking about the average size of these fish. We're probably talking about, on a 30-fish limit, probably somewhere between a 1.3 and 1.5 pound fish.
Yeah.
Is my average fish for a whole limit.
Oh, man.
Corey.
And, go ahead.
Corey, I learned something from you fishing when I was there at Dale Hollow the last time. Line size. I want you to tell our listeners that this is a great tip
good
for
question.
you crappie fishermen.
Listen to this. Yeah.
Line size. Talk to me.
Yeah. So I never fish heavier than 4 pound on that lake.
Wow.
And a lot of times I step down to 2 pounds.
2 pound. Okay.
So my heavy setup is a 4 pound, which we did a fair amount of that when we were fishing with that the B&M 75 series.
Yeah.
And we were pitching at those fish in open water,
Mm-hmm.
and we were fishing 4 pound then. But and those open water fish are a little easier to trick. But when you actually get the fish on the structure, that's when I step down to 2 pound test, and that's allowed me.
That's amazing.
To really get these fish to bite that a lot of people just are sitting there looking at and can't get them to bite.
And you're using rod and reel, a TCB B&M pole to use your 2
when
pound.
I step, the biggest thing when you step down to 2 pound test is you got to pair it with the right rod.
Mm-hmm.
And B&M has the best rod for that, the TCB series, the trout, crappie, bluegill. And, we catch smallmouth bass up to 5 pounds on 2 pound test, I mean, if you pair it with the right rod.
That gets my heart thumping just thinking about that.
Oh, it's a blast.
Yeah.
And that SOS line you're using too.
Yeah. Jeff at Leland Lures, the trout magnet, trout SOS line.
Yeah.
I think the 2 pound test breaks something like around 4 pounds.
Yeah, because I watch you boat flip pound and a half crappie.
I still boat flip pound and a half, pound 3/4 fish on 2 pound test, and don't have to worry about it.
Is he saying this for real?
I know it blows a lot of people's minds.
Can you say that one more time for my listeners that just went off the road?
I watched him.
Yeah. Hey, did he say that on? Yes, he did just say that 2 pound test line. I'm thinking
2 pound test line, and hey, Ron sit there witnessed it, and then I had Rob Somerville, and Richard Sims out there, and I made a believer out of those guys too.
Yeah, and he wasn't catching trout, folks. I'm telling you.
No,
I mean,
big crappie.
Big crappie, and again, we're talking to Corey Thomas, Lake Days Guide Service, Crappie Magnet, and B&M Pole pro staffer at Dale Hollow Lake, and has grown up, I guess. Fishing all those the Cumberland River and the rest of them, on the right, Corey? I mean, you're
yeah. So Lake Cumberland is pretty similar to the lower end of Dale Hollow.
It is
very clear water. We've got really big crappie over there, but I've really honed my skills just having to stay back off the fish and pitch at them, and it's just that once you learn the rules, it's very doable, and those fish are just huge down there, and I'm just
huge.
Truly blessed.
Yeah,
and even when I'm pulling planter boards in the spring, I'm
yeah.
still only using 4 pound tests.
I saw that video.
A lot of people will.
Yeah,
I'm just using 4 pound tests the same way I am when I'm casting, but
yeah.
it just allows you to get those finicky fish to bite, and I just got a really good setup, and it works really well for me.
Well, I tell you what, folks, you need to experience this, and as I said again, We really had a great time a couple of weeks ago when we were up there at Dale Hollow Lake at Dale Hollow Lake Marina and the Dale Hollow Lake Marina at Cedar Hill. They got all the accommodations and everything. You can work out something with Denny Wilbert there to get in touch with Corey. We're going to give you all that information in just a minute from Corey to set up a trip with him because it's quite an experience. Everything is cleanly run, and it's.
I think the best way to describe it is just pristine. The lake still feels pristine, untouched.
There are no. I don't think that Dolly Parton has a place on that lake, or any Reba McEntire, or any place like that. When you take off from the marina there, you will head out into God's country. It looks
it's beautiful.
Like. It
exactly.
is. I mean, there's no nothing around. I asked Denny, is he going to build any cell towers so I can see where I'm going there and everything like that?
No,
but you're not. And the town folks in Salina are great, and I'm sure 5 miles more and you can be in Kentucky. So
exactly.
And so, how far do you live from the lake then?
Roughly about an hour and 15 minutes
to
get down to Denny's Marina.
All right. Well, tell our listeners, as Ron always tells me, you want to ask him, Ron. I mean,
Corey, if somebody wants to get a hold of you,
there you go,
and talk about your services and what you have to offer, how do they get with you?
A couple different ways, Ron. A lot of people like to use social media and can contact me through Facebook Messenger through my guide service, Lake Days Guide Service, or just give me a call on my cell phone, 270-566-1152. I love to talk fishing.
All right, folks.
And your email address is?
jcthom51@yahoo.com.
We'll have all this posted on lroutdoors.com. Folks, take a trip to Dale Hollow.
Go see those pictures out on lroutdoors.com of Corey and some of the slabs he was catching.
Well, I was with some slabs, but mine was.
Ron did his pretty good share of damage as well.
Yeah, but he don't.
Hey, Ron, how'd those crappies taste?
Oh, now I got to tell you something.
Here we go.
I'm still licking my lips, my friend.
He's got some in his mouth.
I built it up pretty big. I told you I think that's the best tasting ones in the country.
That's right.
I don't know. That goggle eye I caught really tasted good once you filleted it. Okay, all right, Corey. Thank you, man. We'll talk to you. All right.
All right, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
All right, let's take a break. Come right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.